Did the Clarksville Montgomery County School System study session turn into a hidden formal meeting and voting on school decisions? Plus, were parents denied once again the ability to speak and ask questions concerning their children? We have 4 parents who are upset and frustrated, and they're ready to tell us all. It's now on the Joe Padula Show, absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
All right, ladies, here we go. All right, good to see everyone. My name's Joe Padula, host of the show. We have a special edition today. Normally we go live later on in the afternoons, but when some interesting issues come up, such as the school systems, and here in Clarksville, Montgomery County, where parents are saying that they're not being heard, we got to find out if it's actually happening and why is it happening, if so. So we got Heaven hanging out with us. What's up, Heaven? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, great. Good for me. Yes, also Becky back in studio.
Hello.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Last time, earlier in the month, we talked about the other school board meeting or session.
Yes.
And now this one's nothing got changed, and we'll get into what happened. Casey Bryant hanging out with us.
Hi.
Casey Bryant, you pulled your kid out of public schooling to homeschool, correct?
Correct.
And how's that working out for you?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little crazy.
Would you rather have him back in school, regular school?
No.
No. Okay.
We're having a meeting. Can I say something real quick? I'm going to anyways. We're having a meeting on Monday for, number one, people that are doing homeschool, have experience with homeschool, and want to help other homeschool moms. And then number 2, people that are interested in homeschooling.
Oh.
It's on Monday.
Wow, recruiting.
At 10 o'clock.
One of us.
At the downtown commons.
Drink the juice.
I just know when I started homeschooling, I'm only 2 years into this, and it is hard. I was lucky to have moms and friends that knew how to do it, and a lot of people don't have that, so I want to offer that.
Lori, how you doing? All right.
I'm good, Joe. Thanks for having us.
Lori, and this is something that you've been dealing with for quite some time now, right?
Right. We've been dealing with this for over 18 months now. 18 months.
And still not
making phone calls and just people passing the buck and not really getting a good answer on why the decisions that they are making are being made and how. More importantly, how.
When does the school year start for Clarksville, Montgomery County?
August 9th.
August 9th. Okay, so we're a week and a half away. Mm-hmm. A week and a half away, and parents still don't know what the hell is going to be going on with their kids in the next school year, in this school year.
I would agree with that. We've been given direction on how things are going to be this year, but there has been really worrisome guidance that has come down since that has happened. That they are still saying nothing's going to change. There's going to be options. It's going to be student choice, parent choice. But is it really? I mean,
that's
year,
what they're putting out.
Yeah, last year it was going to be not mandated, and then after everybody signed up and was ready to go back to school, a week and a half, 2 weeks out, it was, no, we're going to backpedal.
So parents are concerned that it's going to happen again. Right. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Now, Heaven, this study session, what went down in the study session? And this was this past Tuesday.
Yes, absolutely. It was they discussed virtual school and the interim director's supplemental pay.
What were they saying about virtual school?
How successful it is.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, did they have stats for that?
Enough, some. Interestingly enough, some of the questions coming from the board it was kind of like they had never even knew that this happened. The questions were really kind of concerning.
A lot of questions.
Like
there were
what?
a lot of questions.
Like what?
Well, we should say the questions were that's not normal in a study session.
Yeah.
Normally they don't. It felt very scripted. It felt very putting on a show because they knew we were watching.
And these are school board officials, okay? And the school board officials are elected?
Yes.
Okay, and who elects them?
We the people.
We the people. How come I've never heard of a school board election?
A lot of times they run unopposed.
Yeah.
Why is this such a private thing?
Yeah, why is it? Why is it such a private thing? And why is parent participation and attendance and everything so concerning to them? We had extra security on Tuesday. Why did we need extra security?
What do you mean there was extra security at the?
There were 3 police officers there instead of 1. Am I correct?
Two were specifically there for
one of
One of the school board members specifically got 2 assigned to her. We overheard that conversation.
Why?
We're not sure.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
Up until now, I must say, me included, there hasn't been a lot of parent participation. So I'm sure this is very overwhelming for them to all of a sudden go from parents not caring to now parents caring.
Well, why are parents caring now? Because of the breaking of verbal agreement from last year?
I think if the last 18 months has taught us anything, it's that we need to pay attention. We need to be involved. I'll totally admit I was one of those parents on autopilot.
Yeah.
I mean, and you don't have to be a parent to be on autopilot. I was on autopilot about everything. I didn't pay attention to how the frameworks of everything, government, our healthcare, our school systems, I wasn't paying attention to that stuff. Life was good. I was in my own little bubble. And I think that it's very clear after the past 18 months that we can't be in a bubble anymore. We cannot stay in comfort in our home and expect things to go our way, because it is very clear that things are not going our way at this point, and that we need to be involved. We need to be informed. And being informed is huge, because it takes work, takes consistency. And I guess we are trying to remove that veil between parents and what is actually going on. We are trying to increase the amount of transparency between what's going on in the schools and what's happening with our children.
So let's Barney style. Let's break it down. So a school board gets elected, and they make decisions for schools in the Clarksville, Montgomery County school system. Is that correct? Now, these elected board members, they get paid by the county. Is that accurate? Because the county commission, they're the ones that vote on whether or not these school board members get raises?
Is it?
No, I'm not sure.
Is it a paid position?
It is.
It is.
But it's. I'm not sure who approves it or where that funding.
I think it is the county. I think the county does vote on that. But all right. So what are they saying about vaccines? Did they bring up in this last meeting? I mean, again, August 9th is just a few weeks away here. Not even.
That wasn't brought up. No.
Why not?
It wasn't on the agenda.
It wasn't on the agenda. That's the response we're always
And parents
given.
are not
it's not on the
allowed
agenda.
to set an agenda.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying the school board meetings are not putting up the questions that you want answered on the agenda just so they don't have to bring it up.
And they also aren't allowing open public comment that happens at city council meetings and all these other meetings, so we can have our concerns brought to them.
Did you try sitting there, raising your hand, and asking a question?
We tried that in the meeting.
It's not proper protocol.
Yeah, it's not, and we can be asked to leave. I've been trying to speak to the board since 2018.
Okay.
And have been denied repeatedly. So my concerns haven't been just COVID related, and still there's just been there's a gatekeeper. The director and the chair determine what goes on the agenda.
Wingman chimes in. School board elections are every 4 years, half every 2 years. 2020 will have 4 up for elections. Local elections are in August.
Absolutely, and a lot of these school board leaders have been in their position for a long period of time and ran unopposed for several terms.
Why don't I just don't understand. I can understand your frustration. If you got concerns and you got questions and they're just refusing to hear them. Okay, like masks. What's going to be the policy with masks with the kids in Clarksville, Montgomery County school system?
Right now, they are saying that it's going to be parent choice.
However,
we discovered
what?
something. If you want to.
Yeah. What'd you guys discover?
I mean, we've learned the hard way that things can change overnight. And the other thing that we have learned this week, and I should say, I do want to make the point that we had more than one person be denied from speaking from just this week's meeting.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to make that point. But also, if you're a parent in the CMCSS school district, you will have gotten some text messages and emails the other week to get your child all set up, so that they can come back on August 9th. And part of that was signing
the code of conduct.
a bunch of the code of conduct, which is basically an umbrella for different policies for your student in the school.
What is the code of conduct? Covering dress code.
It's dress code. It's the technology policy.
Behavioral.
Yeah.
those-
All right, let's go
behavioral
into the dress
policy.
code. What's the dress code
I gotta admit,
for this year?
So I gotta admit, Joe, when I got that, I'm a busy mom. I work full time. I was like, I just need to get this done. Check it off the list.
Yeah.
If they do something I don't like, I'll pull my kid. I'm just as guilty as the next person. I signed it, sent it on its way. Come to find out, Heaven is our main researcher. She's amazing. She can find anything. And come to find out, hidden in the dress code, maybe not so hidden. I don't know. I'll be diplomatic. Was it hidden? We don't know. In the dress code, there is a new piece. It was not there last year.
What's interesting, though, that there's a one parent advisory meeting once a year that approves additions, revisions, and changes to the policy.
See, I didn't even know that. I'm learning something new.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
how,
what's the hidden thing?
well, this wasn't in that, so you wouldn't know to look for it.
What is it?
Oh, I got
So,
you.
yeah, do you have the addition pulled up?
I've got
You
the
got me hanging on the edge of the seat. Just tell me what it is.
So in there it says that dress must comply with the health and safety codes, regulations, and this is the kicker, recommendations of the state of Tennessee and federal health agencies.
Wait, what do they mean recommendations?
What do they mean,
What do-
recommendations? You mean the recommendations that have changed and gone back and forth all year long based on
But a
reviews
recommendation
that are
isn't
pure-
a law.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not a law, and these aren't elected officials.
And what is it? Okay, they said state officials.
State of Tennessee and federal.
Well, how about this? How about when Davidson County
it
had a
right.
mask mandate, but Montgomery County didn't?
Right.
Why would Montgomery County students adhere to other policies that are not at the county level?
It's like Marjorie Greene's video yesterday. Did you see that?
No.
Pelosi had mask mandate for part of the building, and
Yeah,
when they walk
that's
to
right.
the other part of the building, the Senate's in control. Am I correct? And she takes off the
Yeah,
they
I
take
saw
off the mask,
No,
and
I hear
suddenly
you.
COVID's gone.
No, we can argue it doesn't make sense all day long because
Right.
the rules don't make sense. But well, okay, so you found that. So that's in the thing that you signed for the dress code this
Yeah.
year. That they can at any point say the dress code is shoes, shirt, underwear optional, and when we say so, masks.
And it's disciplinary. You know, they can
Yeah.
take
Yeah, what
disciplinary
happens?
action.
What happens if you violate the dress code?
They can take disciplinary action. And, you know, if this was more so an OSHA related thing, you know, workplace safety or wearing closed-toed shoes in the lab at school, I could understand it.
Yeah.
However, we've looked, and this has never been in there before. This has never been in there
Yeah, the
before. So
federal-
how did
And-
it get here?
And we've talked to specific science teachers and teachers that deal with like those additional things because that's what they were trying to say. The school board was trying to say it's about goggles in science class.
But
and-
there's a secondary edition that says additional note at the bottom of it,
Uh-huh.
and that covers things like
Yeah.
When was
So-
that added? Do we know when that was added?
I'm not sure about that part.
Was it added after people signed?
No.
Because then you gotta-
added in addition, like new this year.
Yeah.
Not new as in after.
Okay,
people
what if a
signed.
parent doesn't want to sign that?
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
And they need to
What-
know
what do
that
you mean?
you do not have to sign it because they cannot withhold your child from going to school just because you don't want to sign the code of conduct. They will make you think that. They will make you believe
Bold
that.
statement, prove it.
Okay, I'll get you proof.
No, like now on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't have it right now.
No, just say it. Right.
Well, they can't deny.
can't.
We're legal.
There
we
is a
have
law.
to-
I just don't know what the
They
name
can't
of the
deny
law
you a
is.
public
Yeah,
education,
you can't
right?
deny
They
an
can't.
education.
They can't. You're paying. As a taxpayer, you're paying for this public education. They can't deny your children public education. That is my thought.
Especially
but
when we
should
can't
find the
even
proof.
get answers to the questions that we have over concerns because we're denied the opportunity to ask these questions by it not being on the agenda. So
Eddie is asking a question. I
What?
heard a
What's that?
Montgomery County representative on the radio saying that there will be no mask mandate. Is there conflicting information?
Well, the problem is they can change that anytime. They
up,
can
Eddie?
say it. They can say it. They can say it, and that's what they keep saying.
And that
Right.
what happened last year?
We
Yeah.
even
Want it
have
on paper.
We even have a school board member that accused, we're assuming, us parents, of creating rumors. That's what he said. They were rumor starters. And I've said this so many times. If you would just say, we declare we will not have masks, if you remove this from the code of conduct, if you say that and you put it in writing and you guys sign it. How about they sign a code
Yeah.
of conduct
Or have
with
mask
us?
optional.
yeah.
Yes,
the language of that allows for
Because
it.
Yeah.
next is, vaccines thrown in there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. It's a slippery slope. And I think that's what parents need to be aware of, that it's never about right now. I mean, it is about right now, but it's also what is this going to be used for in the future, and how is this going to progress? Because it always progresses. It never starts and stops right there. They're always going to use it more.
Where in this piece of paper that they want you to sign is the vitamin mandate?
Right.
Okay. Do you know what I mean?
Where's the sunshine?
Where
Where's
is
the outdoor time?
I'm just saying because the
Drink water.
FDA decades ago approved immune boosting items such as vitamin C, vitamin D3, also zinc, okay, and also magnesium, and all designed and proven. Whoever takes it, 100% does increase your immune system. Man, where's that mandate?
Well, I mean, Joe, that's a whole other
Yeah,
conversation.
I know. Well,
Look at the
back to
food
the
they feed
schools.
our kids.
Right, back to the school. Right. Do you know how vitamin D3 works? It's amazing, actually. It's beautiful. Here's how it works. See, vitamin D3, I'm going to put this in Army terms, is like when you're in a battle. Vitamin D3 is the scout. Okay, here's the enemy, coronavirus, right over here. Vitamin D3 gets up right behind it. It says, I see it, I spot it. Let me call in. They call in the infantry. Vitamin C. Breaker. Yash, this is vitamin D3. D3, come in. Vitamin C here. Vitamin C. What do you got there? I don't know why they're English, but vitamin D3 coming in. Vitamin C. I found them. Come on in. Vitamin C comes in and boom, attacks it. Now all the while this is going on, okay, zinc. Zinc is like they're holding the rear. Zinc decreases inflammation and swelling. Okay, when your body's attacking, okay, zinc is like, don't worry, everything's still gonna be working properly. I got you. Don't worry, lungs. You're not gonna flame up. You're not gonna hurt. Don't worry, head. You're not gonna get a swollen brain. I got you. And all the while, magnesium. Okay, magnesium's like they're like I guess they're calling it an air support, right? Magnesium. With flow of such amazing clean blood to that attack zone, right? All the good stuff that you put in your blood, while vitamin C is, we got you. He's moving. Vitamin D, and magnesium's like, boom, good stuff. And
He's going to be a teacher in our school.
Yeah, can you come teach our kids?
And that's why talk to your doctor, but take some vitamins. Especially doing all this stuff, okay?
That's so true.
When they're trying to utilize a Delta variant, okay? In Washington, D.C., a city of over 700,000 people, they just reinstalled a mask mandate for work, school, the whole bit. The Delta variant. Oh, no. Do you know how many died in Washington, D.C. due to COVID last month? 1, and there's an asterisk next to that person's name. So if you don't think that they're going to try in Montgomery County to say we need to mask up, we need forced vaccinations, it's coming. And thank God for people like these ladies who are sitting here who are going, wait a minute, hold on. You can't force, we have decisions to make. And they're not being heard. Another one, the technology. What were they talking about with the technology?
So the technology policy, you have to sign a liability and consent waiver.
Well, you don't have to.
You don't
They
have
tell
to.
you.
You don't have to. But essentially, when you sign it, you're saying that you authorize unrestricted remote monitoring of their issued devices.
What does that mean?
I'm
an idiot.
They have access to that device either on their network or in your own home on your network, and can access all the files, programs, software, hardware, cameras, microphone, keystroke shadowing, things like that. So you have no...
That's if you're doing like remote
No.
school?
No, this is
in...
That's everybody.
It's everybody.
Wait. What do you mean? Like, break it down even more dumb.
What age do they get them in public school?
Well,
here?
last year it was all
fourth?
children.
Yeah, last year was
child.
all... Yeah, so
Yeah.
that applied to remote... was that called remote? I took my child out of CMCS schools because of the technology policy in 2019.
They have a 1-to-1 policy. So basically it's going to be one laptop per student. But this year is different in that they're not going to be required to take them home every night. they can leave them at school.
Yeah.
So that is a difference. I'm sure that there are situations where they are allowed to take them home to do their homework, or either not rent them out, but basically, ask for permission to have them for a certain period of time. Or if they have to go virtual for any reason, then they know that there is a laptop per each student.
Okay, that makes sense. Accountability.
Right.
I got no issue with that.
And then all virtual students obviously have them, and they are in their homes, most likely.
Yes.
So
All
my,
right.
my biggest concern was that the school district wouldn't assume any liability in the event a predator gained access to that device.
Yeah, I hear these stories, okay, with these Zoom classrooms, with and hackers getting into the
Yeah,
into
it doesn't
the classes.
even need to be a hacker. It could be a predator that's employed by the school system. It's naive to think that they're immune to or exempt from a predator being on their
It's so
staff.
weird with the remote learning, and I'm all for getting kids back into school. I look at the suicide rates of the last year and a month, and it's been crazy. But there was this one guy that hacked into a classroom. I forget where it was, what state it was, but he started playing porn as one of this in the student's camera. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. It doesn't have to be Zoom, because if it's the camera,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can
they
be
can
activated.
be like, I just think about my kids. We tell them to do things all the time, right? They're kids. They forget. We forget. So, okay, make sure you don't take your computer in your room. They might, for convenience. Make sure you shut your computer so the camera's not on. They might not. If they're changing, that someone has access, and we're giving them that access, and there can be screenshots taken, there can be video recorded, and how would we know? Because we are never told when they access our kids' computers.
Part of the technology policy also says
Wait,
that
their
there
kids'
should be
personal computers or the ones that they assign them?
Well, it's interesting because they can see anything that happens on that device. If you take that device home and log into your Wi-Fi, now they have your password.
So so the kid signs out a laptop, okay, takes it home, opens it up, okay, the camera that's on it, boom, the kid's in the room, okay, I'm done doing my work, let me go play some, I'm going to date myself by saying Mario Kart, but no, I won't. So, and the kid's like, I'm going to play some Minecraft, okay, I'm youthful. So, boom, now the school, anyone in the school
Well,
has the
that's-
ability to access, because that computer's still in the Wi-Fi system at home, is able to go in and see what's going on with that computer and potentially use the camera.
Potentially, yeah.
And
but they
microphone.
say just
And
the
microphone.
technology department, but that's over 50 employees.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
It's creepy stuff right
Yeah,
there.
and you sign something saying you have no expectation of privacy. So
and
in the policy it
so
also
that's got to
says
be switched.
That's verbatim, by the way.
verbatim. Yeah,
Yes,
And these
okay.
are minors.
I get it
How
now.
are you
to
saying
cover the
minors?
camera. That's
Right.
their suggestion.
Oh,
then
that's their suggestion,
in
cover
the
the
policy.
camera?
Yeah, cover
Well,
the camera.
and Heaven, you tried to suggest that you could buy your own computer, right?
Yes,
Exactly
I did.
like-
I asked, well,
Yeah.
then can I buy my own?
That's
the
right.
exact same one.
Uh-huh.
And I was denied. They said no because the state requires testing to be done. And my response basically was, well, the state doesn't require tests to be taken on individual laptops or for, sorry, I have it written down.
Yeah.
Essentially that those aren't within the requirements, so that explanation seemed really distorted to me. They don't have to use an individual laptop to take state testing, and this was before COVID, so
Yeah.
It just didn't seem reasonable. I think that there should be restrictions. Obviously, they have to protect themselves, and they have to have access for software updates and things like that, but there has to be some line
At these-
to commit to sign over all a release saying you can access this at any time without my knowledge or consent. And
Here's
and
my
we don't have
question.
to-
Are you allowed to record at these school board meetings?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we are.
Okay. And you guys are. Right. Good. We'll get into that a little bit later.
So this just in from Callie.
Yeah.
On my phone.
What's up, Callie?
Callie couldn't be here, but she reminded us. So K through second grade does not have to have the laptop at home. Above second grade does have to have the laptop at home. And I think we all need to be reminded of the nurse at Northeast who used their bathroom with a camera, and that wasn't even like
Yes, I
An
know the
issued
story.
device.
Fill us in.
Yeah.
So the nurse at Northeast had a camera, from what I understand, in the bathroom and was recording children.
And this is
using-
allegedly or convictedly?
was it
Allegedly at this
officially-
point.
It's
Allegedly charged.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Charged
Got
allegedly.
It. Sorry, legal stuff.
Recording children using the bathroom in the nurse's private
Yeah.
bathroom.
That's
As far as we know, though, that wasn't done on any issued device, but it shows that there are predators within the system.
of course.
There shows
Yeah.
that it's ignorant to sit there and
Oh,
say
believe you
and
me,
naive.
schools are filled with the hiding.
Well, that's the
I
problem.
have a-
Pedophiles are
Pets, yeah.
attracted to jobs where
Right.
they get access to children.
I have a
And-
list of lawsuits right here that were against public schools that were all violation of privacy for either accessing and taking still shots or video of students.
There's tons of peds
Yeah.
in schools.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And these are lawsuits that, that proved it.
Right.
So just to think that it's not possible is,
Oh, it's very possible.
Yeah.
It's happening.
So, Becky, anybody over second grade has to
Yes.
take them home every night?
Well, I don't know if they have to, but they will be required
Okay.
at some point. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it depends on assignments and stuff like that.
So has this been asked about
I
at the
totally
school board?
I
misunderstood.
have a
Yeah.
whole string of emails.
And they still don't want to talk about it.
They didn't know, and they
Okay.
just basically say that there's. And I asked, please send me documents or copies, scans of the programs, equipment, the things that you are using to access these devices, so that I know what it's capable
And
of.
August 9th is the first day of
And they
school
said
again.
they
Okay.
can't release any of that to me because it would compromise their security.
Okay, how about the separation of vaccinated and non-vaccinated students? Has this been brought up at all? Is there a policy of saying, okay, vaccinated students are going to wear a wristband? I saw where
I think it would go back to federal guidance. That's what they're saying, federal and state
Yeah.
guidance. So if federal or state guidance come down and say that we need to identify vaccinated versus non-vaccinated, it is our understanding from the director as of right now that she will just implement what she's told, because she, at her extremely large
are these
salary,
are these
can't do
teacher
anything.
union people?
The
I don't think Tennessee has a teachers union.
Oh
They're-
yeah.
no,
Oh,
they're
oh,
the-
yeah.
oh,
The
yeah.
TEA is a.
yeah,
is
I
I
definitely
don't.
a
Does the
union.
director
I was-
fall under the teachers union? I'd have to look into that. But
I don't know.
we'd have
But
to-
I think the problem is the director literally said in a meeting with Dale Brown, she said that she does not have control. She has to just enforce what comes down from the state.
Why?
We call the state.
That's not accurate.
No, it's not, and it's
Right.
a lot of money to give somebody that has no control or no power and no decision-making skills.
Absolutely right.
then-
Why even have a job?
Exactly. So then on top of that, if you call the state will say, no, this is a local. So they send you in a hamster wheel on purpose. And that's where I think if you go back to our whole overall thing, if we cannot speak publicly like you can at city council meetings and everything
Yeah.
else on your own agenda item, how do they know what our concerns are too?
Have you talked to County Mayor Jim Durrett? You got to sit down with Mayor Durrett.
We
Can
would
I say
love
one
to
more
s-
thing about
yeah,
that real quick
go
though?
ahead.
I think also that it's really important that people understand that this is not about vaccines or no vaccines, masks or no vaccines, computers or no computers. It's about being able as parents to have say or at least transparency on what is going on in these schools.
Of course,
Exactly.
it's about
even-
being
and to
heard.
have our
Even
questions
if you
answered.
don't agree with us in the stances that we take, and I think some of us even probably don't agree with each other on
Right.
certain
No,
things.
Casey
That's
and I
not the
literally
issue.
just had it out
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, not had it out, but we literally
issue-
had a conversation that we didn't agree on it, but we agree that there needs to be
What was
a
the topic?
dialogue.
Deodorant? You're for it. She's against it. Have
No,
you
it was
smelled
actually
her?
on the technology policy. So, but I think, and it goes back to Heaven's been doing this since 2018. Obviously, that was before COVID. And I think that's even their idea is like, oh, everything's about COVID. No, everything's not about COVID.
Just COVID help
Bring it
force
to light.
Right, right. Like
Yeah.
what was said earlier.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just on autopilot on being a parent in schools.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I tell-
have fun
say-
at school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't believe me or anybody else when they tell you something. Go to the source and look for yourself. Go read that technology policy with a critical
Right.
mindset, or the dress code policy.
It's
You
just
know,
like updating Apple.
Yeah.
Scroll, scroll, scroll. I agree.
you
boom,
need to
right.
read it line by line.
I did that with Twitter recently, where they just did their update, and I read it. You won't believe it.
Oh, I will.
Oh no, Twitter. If you lean to the right or are conservative, you might want to get back on Twitter. A couple of lawsuits came their way, and I read their verbiage on their new terms of service. The best may be yet to come.
Really?
Believe me. Guess who's back? Back
Isn't that
again.
Interesting.
Trump is back. Tell a friend.
Can
Critical.
you make a slogan for Parents for Freedom?
Oh, yeah, don't forget, the link is in there, parentsforfreedom.org. Okay, a lot of information is in there. One last thing, critical race theory.
Hold on. Can I go over the meetings that are coming up?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes, critical race theory. Has it been discussed? Has it been asked about? School boards? Is it going to be happening in Clarksville, Montgomery County school systems?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Why not?
And that's,
No.
that's the exact problem.
Joe,
Is-
We
is
cannot
frustrating.
ask questions.
Joe,
We have no
unless
way.
it's on the agenda.
Joe, I invite you to the next school board meeting on whatever date Casey's going to say, the 10th.
Yeah.
And I think you need to see.
Guess what I'm bringing? All right.
You might have.
Yes, I got a question. Oh, no, yeah, and I'm recording. Right, yes, very good. Yes, question. How much do you get paid? And also, critical race theory. Yay or nay? Right.
Well, wit and wisdom. But you're going to be told you have to stop talking or you will be escorted out.
Yeah.
Because you don't have civil liberties in that
I
building.
know all the cops.
Well.
Do you know what I mean?
Well.
I'm going to bring my own escort.
I think that's what we need to do next time is bring our own support and backup.
Right.
My
Protect us.
my son was there, so yeah. I didn't
You know
want
who
to.
I'm going to bring? I'm going to bring Jeff Fuson there. Okay, sheriff. Yeah, that's who I'm going to bring.
Well, we did find out that
John
this is
Fuson.
interesting information. We did find out that the sheriff does have the legal ability to take us to the meeting
Mm-hmm.
and demand that they speak to us. He does have that. That is in his jurisdiction.
Also, the director can override anything and allow anyone to speak. It doesn't have to be on the agenda.
The director, the school board director.
Yes.
Dr.
But
Huff.
no, she's the director of
How
schools.
much does she get paid?
Well, we just found out that she got
Because that's public knowledge, right? I mean,
That's what the special.
the special secret session that they did not publicly post and still have not posted the agenda items for that session. So they totally broke a lot of their own rules in this. They made it seem like she was only going to be making $52,000 a year, I think it was, because it was like $3,000 something a month. Well, what they didn't tell you is that was including her prior salary for her old job that they're leaving open for her, that they aren't filling, but it's so needed. And then they gave her an additional, was it $20,000 at the new budget? And then now they're giving her another $3,000 something a month on top of that.
all right, but if she just keeps on deflecting to, I'm waiting for a state CDC guidance. I'm waiting
That's
for
a lot
state.
of money to make.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, hey, that is, and that's tax dollars. People keep
Yes,
forgetting
tax
when people get paid by the government, they're getting paid by us. You know what I mean? Stop forgetting
That's
that
what's
too.
so concerning about her position being held
Yeah.
while she's interim director. If that position is needed, it stands to reason that it'd be filled. If not, then we need to eliminate it. It's over $100,000 salary a year.
Josh Beal, he
Yep, there
seems
he is.
pretty informed, and
Yeah.
he says a lot. We got to get him in on the next time we do this. Casey, you were talking
Yes.
about upcoming meetings?
Oh, you're going to let me talk?
Of course.
Woohoo.
Right.
All right. Tuesday, August.
So now we got a lot to go over. No,
That
go on,
joke is
Casey.
getting old.
Yeah, but it works every time on you. When you get on,
Casey, next time you need to pause.
I know. I just start screaming. Steal your microphone. Okay, Tuesday, August 3rd at 6 o'clock p.m. is the next study session. And we need everybody to get involved. Whether you,
Yes.
I don't have kids in school, but I'm getting involved because it affects me. My tax dollars go towards it. My kids play with kids in the neighborhood that are going through all of this crazy stuff. So everybody needs to get involved. So please go to these study sessions, go to these formal meetings at the school board. Don't be scared to do it. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, like me, you learn, and you just showing up and having a presence makes a big difference. And then,
and
so
that's
the
that's
study-
all parentsforfreedom.org.
Yes, parentsforfreedom.org. The study session is August 3rd at 6. August 10th at 6 is the formal meeting. And then also, we need men to get involved also. We really want guys to be a part of this. You guys are parents too. You can offer a completely different thing than the moms can do, and so we need you
Absolutely.
there. And then one more thing, we need y'all to run for office. I've seen a couple comments in here
Yeah.
say that so many people have gone unopposed, and we it's our responsibility. We can't just sit down and watch
Yeah.
anymore. We all have got to stand up and do something. I know we're busy. I know we're working. I know we're lives are crazy, but this is really, really important.
And you don't need any special qualifications. We
No.
need to get rid of that stigma 100%.
Right.
These when this country was founded, all these positions are not supposed to be politicians. That is a total ignorant statement, I think.
Yeah, it was designed for the
It
farmer,
was-
the marketer,
yes,
right?
It was for the mom that
Uh-huh.
was worried about her kid at school. It was for the
Yeah.
dad that had an interest in the city. It does not need to be a lawyer, a doctor. You don't need to have money. You just need to put yourself out there, and we have
And
social
hey,
media.
if you don't have money, it looks like you can get these positions and make some good money. Very interesting.
Yes,
but,
Josh Beal listed all these salaries in the
Yeah.
comments. People need to look at those.
Yeah.
162,000. I'm in the wrong business.
And you
For
can't.
cosplaying, you
That's
get
the
160.
chief of staff. So
Oh,
that's the
Chief of staff, got
that's
it, yeah.
this position that they're holding for the interim director. So
Yeah.
she left that to be the interim
So
director.
she's making more than that now. And just to put this in perspective, I don't know offhand teacher salaries. We'll get that for next time. But I did find out today the teacher's supply budget was $300 per teacher, at least the teacher I talked to. When we're paying.
I want to get the school board on the show. I want to sit down with them.
We would love to talk to them. So
Who do I talk to? Huff? Who's the main one?
we
I would
don't
start with
we don't
Huff.
know.
Dr. Huff? Yeah.
You're sent in circles often, so you really can't get a straight answer for
Well, no,
anything.
we'll do a live.
I want to know how much we asked the board attorney to answer emails this week.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you might want to get the board attorney.
Let's get
in
them
here,
on.
too.
Just send me whatever contact information, and I'll make it happen.
The request says that the director has to communicate a denial. However, several people got a response from the attorney of the denial.
I'm telling you, and you bring in, we'll get the county mayor in here too, all at the same time.
Yeah, that's an expensive secretary.
Yeah, I would
it's
say.
time. It's time to get things answered because, I mean, they're getting frustrated. They have a right to know. Yes, I know. They failed for the last 18 years prior by doing nothing and being autopilot. But they took control of the plane again. And they want to be heard. So, got to hear them. Stop. If you are ducking, don't duck. If you got something to say it. All right? You don't have to hide. If you're proud of what you're doing, come on, let's boast about it. Let's brag about it. But get ready to answer some real questions. All right, we do got to get out of here. We went later than we should have. But Casey had to talk. So.
You had 4 women. What did you expect?
Oh,
That's why we need some dudes, y'all.
and the issue with
Rein
the
us in.
dudes is, the reason why men are not attending is because they're actually out there making money and supporting you ladies.
That's
Okay?
We'll stop here.
Sorry, I had to
But we
get
did.
chauvinist. I had to.
I'll say what you can't say.
Uh-huh.
We would probably get a little quieter
Yeah.
if we started getting dialogue.
Absolutely.
So the
Yeah,
the
I
fast
bet.
so
I
the
bet.
fastest way, and this is I'll say it. I think the fastest way to quiet any woman, my husband knows this, is just say a couple words to me and I'll shut up and walk away. Like engage in the
Answer.
conversation.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I think a lot of parents were shocked to see how very difficult it is to put in a meaningful question to school administration, school board, and leadership, and not get any answer. I mean, I think that's one of the greatest things to come out of the board meeting that we had a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Is the fact that you can sit there with all the concerns you want, like the ones you mentioned: masks, vaccines, technology, code of conduct, dress code, not get any answers.
Again, if you're a parent, you want to get involved, parentsforfreedom.org. The link is in this video description and audio description as well. Ladies, thank you so much for your time.
you.
Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, and I've been holding in this fart long enough. It's time to. I should have just kept
I
going.
wanted to do this, but I didn't think you'd think it was
What?
funny. Make the marker fart. Here.
It doesn't sound like a fart. Joe Padula
Joe
Show.
sent me a video of farts
Yeah, yeah.
yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.